Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Pass the Joystick. And this week we have kind of like a different episode because we want to talk about a little bit about different things that have to do with gaming and how we can improve maybe your gaming. Because we have news on the best gaming TVs, because we said that we were going to talk about televisions in previous episodes and everything. So we finally gathered a list, and then we're going to talk about it from different websites and whatnot. So that way, if you guys are looking for a new TV because of the new consoles, if you guys got your hands obviously on the new consoles, then we'll help you out picking out the right TVs and everything that will work with the best to their abilities, I guess. And then we also want to talk about a few different gaming movies that have been, throughout the ages, and what have been our favorite one, and what can we expect from the upcoming gaming movies, and what games should be made into a movie. Ooh. So, let's talk about that real quick. But welcome to episode 8 of Pass the Joystick. So, starting off, Nick, welcome back. What have you been playing in this few week that you've been off? What have you gotten your hands into?
So I went back into Immortals. I took a 2-week break just because I was trying to play or finish Cyberpunk at the time. And then I finished it, so I was like, I want to play this game again. So I started going back into that. I've been putting a lot of time into that. That's been good. Yeah.
It's a great game though. It's surprisingly, it actually surprised me being Ubisoft and everything. But it's actually pretty good, and I'm very, very happy with it so far. I haven't played it since the Medium came out, but it's been good from the time that I did play it.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that because I downloaded it, but I haven't tried it myself yet. Yeah. Besides that, I've been into another mobile game, which I probably mentioned, I want to say maybe 2 episodes ago or whatnot.
Probably.
Which is like a tower defense game called Ark Knights, and that's been fun. That's been pretty much keeping me, if I'm not playing on Xbox.
No, let me tell you, Nick is a big mobile gamer now. Yeah, he's always been a mobile gamer, but man, he finds these mobile games and tell us, how often is your phone dying now? All the time?
Probably like twice a day. Exactly. Probably like twice a day. Yeah. And that's usually me being conservative about it, just being, it's kind of low. I guess I'll put on the charger, and then come back an hour later.
Funny enough that you wake up this morning and we're like, oh wait, my phone is dead.
Yeah.
So it gets to that point.
I woke up and I was like, what time is it? My phone's dead. I'm gonna go turn on the Xbox. Yeah. It's 1 o'clock. Damn. So
it gets to a point, man.
it gets to a point. This needs to be. I actually damaged my phone for the first time in 2 years. I cracked the screen. It's been a while.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
okay.
No screen protector, but it's been placing.
All right. Well, at least it's all that mobile gaming.
Yeah, that is true. Probably get one of the new. They actually, for a mobile game phone, I guess a little random tangent, they had the Red Magic, which I've probably talked about before. Yeah. The only problem I've seen with that phone is just getting it is hard, man.
Yeah, no, it's difficult. The price is actually not bad considering everything that it actually has.
It's like half the price of this phone. Yeah. And this phone's 2 years old.
And it's actually really nice. Yeah. The phone actually supports everything. So if you're a big mobile gamer, look into the Red Magic phone. Look it up on their website pretty much, because the website gives you all the specs, and it gives you can actually order it through the website if it's available. And it's actually a really nice phone. Everything that it supports, all the features that it has even triggers and whatnot, which is amazing.
Very powerful, and for the price, I think the most expensive version of it's like $650, and that's like 128 gigs, or no, I think it's 512 gigs, and I think it's 12 or 16 gigabytes of RAM, which is just
which is ridiculous on a phone.
Crazy. So you can pretty much the best way to describe that is you're running Genshin at Ultra. There's no other way to say it. That's crazy to me.
So if you're big into mobile gaming, that's definitely the phone to look into.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about that. But it's good to know, I guess.
It is. Yeah. It's something. I think as far as other games, I think that's pretty much it. Obviously, Smite. Yeah. That's been the go-to because the new season dropped. Yeah. Last week, and then we're getting some new stuff next week as well. It's like every week we're getting stuff.
A lot of good announcements that happened with Smite. They showed gameplay on the new God, so that's gonna be ridiculous, and that God is gonna change the way that Smite is played. Man,
that's gonna be the definition between defining who doesn't know the game and who knows the game. Yeah. Because that's gonna be fun. That's different.
The whole new season of Season 8 of Smite, it actually changed everything because they removed a lot of items, and they added a lot of new items. They added starter items, which are pretty cool, and it changed actually the game on how you play. So it's actually a really good change overall, in my opinion. So I'm excited to see where they go from here.
Yeah, because before they had some starter items, I want to say 2 seasons ago, but they weren't they had, I want to say 2 or 3 of the ones they have now, and then they just added a whole list of them, and they gave them obviously bigger items at the end of the game. So they kind of made it more, hey, we're gonna go back a season or two, so it's more enjoyable, and then the map's nicer too. It's like good, I see a lot of people who don't play Conquest playing now because it's a nice map.
I do like it, yeah. So that's cool. It's actually a much better map. I enjoy it a lot, and I'm having a lot of fun playing now on the new map. So it's fun. It's been a good time.
It's been good. But besides
for me, it's been the same thing. So Smite, Animal Crossing on the Switch. I haven't really been playing too much of my Switch, which I definitely should pick it back up because there's so many new games and whatnot. But I've been playing that. I've been playing Apex Legends Season 8 that dropped also. So that has been amazing. That this season I feel like I'm gonna have a lot of fun. The Golden Mag, it's ridiculous. So let me just tell you guys that running double Spitfire with a Golden Mag and running it with Rampart, it is nonsense.
We're broken.
It is ridiculous. My first game in there, I was able to actually get double Spitfire with Golden Mag, and I was using Rampart. So it was 63 bullets per clip. So you don't stop shooting, and then when you're low of ammo, you switch out and then keep shooting with the other one. I ended up getting 10 kills on my first match with 1,800 damage. It was ridiculous. It was such a fun time.
Then I'm assuming you just switch out the one with not the golden mag and reload that one down the line?
Pretty much. If you have only one golden mag, what I do is I start with the golden mag, then switch out to the one that doesn't have a golden mag, and then the other one should be already reloaded, so switch back. But if I have golden mag on both, then it doesn't matter. Exactly. That's pretty much that's how that game went. Golden mag on both, because I was able to pick up a second one from a dead body, and it was ridiculous. Like there was a Gibraltar out of tree. And he saw me and he started shooting me. Then I turned around, started shooting him. He hides behind the tree, and I do not stop shooting. Let me tell you that he had to stay behind that tree until my partner came up the hill, got behind him, and I just kept shooting. And then the moment that I swapped weapons, he like poked a little bit, and then he didn't know that I had another weapon ready to go.
Really Spitfire.
It's just one of those, man. It's ridiculous.
Bro. That's funny because I'm thinking about just how powerful that's like. That just the existence of that is.
It's
especially
nonsense.
With like similar ammo weapons.
Right, especially with guns that have a big like clip like that. It's just nonsense, and then you get Rampart on top of it that increases your clip size. It's just ridiculous. Because with Rampart, I was also using the Devotion for a game. Nice. And the Devotion is considered a light machine gun, so the ability of Rampart applies. So that was ridiculous. So I'm telling you, man. Nice. Apex Season 8, I think I'm going to be playing much more than Season 7. Yeah. Season 7, I wasn't too into it with Horizon and whatnot. But this season is really
about that season.
Yeah, it was good.
I played like 3 games.
Yeah, but I wasn't too much of a fan of the new map. And I like the restructure that they did with Kings Canyon now. So they changed a few areas of Kings Canyon. And it's pretty cool. And then let's talk about Fuse. Fuse brings a whole another thing of gameplay into the actual, arena. Because it's cool. His ult is cool because it actually encloses your enemies in a ring of fire.
Okay.
And then they either have a choice of, trying to go through the fire and getting burned as they go, like a thermite grenade. Yeah. Or do they stay in there until the fire goes out? But then you have to think about, like, I saw a gameplay of somebody doing the Fuse, grabbing all 3 of them, and then Horizon threw her ult in the middle of it, so it pulled everybody in the middle, and then Caustic threw her ult in the middle there. Man, let me tell you, that is just nonsense.
I was thinking very linear with that. I was thinking do his ult, and then you throw like just a bunch of thermites in it.
Grenades, yeah. I mean, and what's cool about his ability is he can throw grenades farther than most of the other
that's
legends.
Cool. That's my character.
So it's really nice because if you carry a lot of grenades, which you do, so he actually has a grenade launcher in his arm that he can throw them farther, which is amazing.
That is really cool.
So it's really nice. That the character actually brings a lot of different gameplay and everything. So I'm excited to keep playing this season. And then of course I started A Way Out. I don't know if I said that the previous episode. I think I did, but A Way Out, we're hopefully halfway through it because we've been playing quite a lot. So we'll see what that game brings, and we'll see what other games come out, because I know Werewolf the Apocalypse came out.
Yes.
And we're thinking of picking that up.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Because I am excited to play that game also. So when we do pick it up, we'll talk more about it and everything, because I haven't really seen much about it. Other than the trailers, obviously, and
it has been like one trailer, and then they did like a little gameplay thingy. Right. But it was like, I want to say it was like a minute and a half.
Yeah, it wasn't that long. So, but I'm excited to play it because that seems like one of the games that you just throw in to have a good time.
Yeah, it reminds me of Kenny said Prototype.
Oh yeah.
Which so, I was like, that makes sense.
It actually does. Yeah, it actually makes sense. I'm thinking more of like a Devil May Cry type deal and everything, which is really cool. So hack and slash and everything, go in there and just
special place
kill some people. But anyways, that's been pretty much all our gaming stuff. But what have you guys been playing? Let us know down in the comments. Tell us what you guys like and what you guys are excited about, because there's a lot of stuff coming up, and then E3 is coming in June, hopefully, if they don't cancel it again. So we'll see what happens. But on to the news. Hopefully. We have Lego actually announced another partnership with Nintendo, and they did a partnership already with Super Mario Brothers, and they did a whole Lego set of Mario, and that was really good. It actually was really beautiful. The set itself was really nice. It actually is electronic too, so it has a few parts and everything that you can have some different moving pieces and stuff, which is really cool. But now they're doing another Nintendo partnership, or not Nintendo, I'm sorry, Sega partnership now with Sonic the Hedgehog. So Sonic the Hedgehog is getting its own Lego set, and that is looking incredible. Man. So let me tell you, they showed a few pieces of it, and Eggman looks amazing. He's huge. He's bigger than Sonic, Tails, and everything. It's amazing. It's really fun. So I'm very excited. What do you think Lego is going from here? Because now having the Mario partnership and now Sega with Sonic the Hedgehog, do you see Lego going with more gaming stuff out there?
Yeah, I don't know where I think the last thing they did that I thought of was Overwatch. That was kind of the last thing that I remember. Overwatch was really cool. I actually bought one from Overwatch too. I bought Hammond. Which is really cool. That's the best one.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to say because I feel like there's so many games that they could kind of take with that route, and there's not many.
Well,
I feel like would be
if you think
the
about
obvious
it,
choice.
If you think about it, for me, I've been thinking about Lego because if they're tackling family-friendly games, why not throw in something big? Why not throw something like a big partnership?
Like a Fortnite?
Fortnite. Yeah. Imagine how successful that would be.
That'd be crazy. Because it would be everywhere.
Exactly. In my opinion, I think Fortnite would be the best seller out of all of them, because if you're throwing out from Lego, if you're throwing out family-friendly stuff and everything, and you have kids that are very excited about these Legos and whatnot, throw out a game that kids are actually playing like Fortnite, it would be just ridiculous.
Wow.
Now, would Epic Games be down for it? You know, that would be the question.
They'd make some crazy money, I feel like.
Yeah.
Going through Lego, which is the biggest company of that archetype.
I feel like it would be. I feel like it would definitely be a smart choice from both Lego and Epic Games. Yeah. Because it would definitely sell out a lot.
It'd be like the hottest toy.
Yeah.
I feel like, period.
Yeah.
It'd be so crazy because I feel like people come in stores and they look for Fortnite stuff anyways.
Yeah.
And if you tell them you make like a Lego kit, they have like little buildable Fortnite stuff, but they're so.
Yeah, no, it's not Lego. Yeah, it's not Lego. It's
you
not
build
like
a box and you put the character on the box and you're like,
it's good to go. Like with Lego, I feel like they have so much stuff that they could do. They have like the character, the weapons. They can actually build stuff like when you're actually building in the game, stuff like that. Just imagine, it would be like incredible to do
like a building kit with the character.
Right,
that'd be dope.
That would be a big thing for them. Not to say anything, but I don't play Fortnite personally, but I just give credit where credit is due, because I know how big Fortnite is. Look at all the partnerships that Fortnite has done with a bunch of different companies and a lot of characters now in their game.
They got the Mando event going on right now.
They have the Mandalorian. They have Predator that they did not too long ago. They have Marvel Avengers that they did not too long ago.
Walking Dead.
They have a lot of stuff that they've done. So why
Kratos, Master Chief.
Right? Why not bring that into like a toy form and put it into Legos? That would be. I feel like that would be incredible. I feel like that would be a great idea from their part. For all those out there that don't play Fortnite, give us your thoughts on what Lego set would be popular, because I feel like it would be great. Another one that I feel like it would be really popular would be Animal Crossing.
Yeah, because it's like very vibrant, very bubbly.
It would be, it would be like perfect.
Yeah, and then I feel like the box art matches what Lego's about.
Yeah, it does.
That'd be good.
I feel like it would be really cool if they can actually sell you a set where you can have a little island, and then pop houses and all that stuff around it. That would be amazing.
I could see that in here.
Yeah, no.
I could see like a little house with characters on it.
Yeah, it would be nice. It would be really cool. I feel like Animal Crossing would be another one to pull off, and especially since they already have their foot in with Nintendo, I feel like it would be easy to pull, getting a partnership with Animal Crossing.
And the game's been popping off.
Exactly, especially how popular it is. I feel like that would be the perfect choice too. But tell us what you guys think about Lego Sonic the Hedgehog, because that's what they originally said. If you guys haven't seen it, I'll pop a link down below so you guys can see the trailer of it. It's been pretty cool. And let us know what you guys think of what Lego should do next with gaming. I feel like they have so many ideas, so many options. So I mean, even Halo, I would love to see a Halo Lego set. That would be just incredible.
Actually, I don't think they have Halo Lego sets. I think they have like Mega Builders or something like that.
Yeah, they have other brand type Lego sets and everything. Yeah, exactly. I bought one. It was an Alien one that it wasn't Lego, but it was like a Mega Block or something like that. I forgot what it was, but that was really fun. So I can only imagine the range that you could do with Lego.
The Lego set, bro.
Yeah, that would be great.
Unbelievable.
But we'll see. Anyways, Nick will let us know because Nick mentioned this when he got here, and it's funny because I didn't see it, and I'm always looking at stuff, and I can't believe I didn't really see it. I just saw quick news of it, and I didn't read into it. But it is the Mass Effect Legendary Edition.
Yes.
Tell us what the Mass Effect Legendary Edition is, Nick.
So it's Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 remastered pretty much in a very good sense of actually saying remastered. So they took the first game, which was I want to say over a decade old. I think it's 2005 or 6, if I'm not mistaken.
It's crazy.
And it's wild to me to think it's been a while. It doesn't feel like it, of course. And they've remade it kind of in what they did with the Mass Effect 3 engine, so it looks like a completely different game, which is amazing.
That's awesome.
That's a big deal. And then 4K at 60 FPS, which is also fantastic.
Wow. That is incredible.
So the games are going to play super smooth.
Wow.
Because I think Mass Effect 3 was 30 FPS, and that was my biggest complaint back then, was it just doesn't feel as fluid as I want it to be.
Right.
I don't think they're going to have the multiplayer for that, but it is what it is. But besides that, you're going to get those 3 games. That comes with all the DLC, which was like 40 DLCs across the 3 games. A bunch of single-player stuff, a bunch of different characters. And one thing that was kind of a big deal that they actually just kind of snuck in there was that there's like a character creation, and normally you character create, and if you want, you can import it into the next game and import it into the next game. You create one character, and that character will follow you through all 3. So they simplified it.
That's
basically
really
is what
nice,
they did.
And is it all in one pretty much bundle?
Yeah. So it's like a game bundle you buy. I think it's $50, which is crazy.
That's not bad.
It's all 3 games.
That's actually really good for the price, and then everything that it includes with all the DLC.
Correct.
So that is actually really nice.
So that's exciting. They've been putting out a bunch of like little gameplay snippets and like videos and photos and stuff like that of this would look like then, this would look like now. So a lot of the characters, a lot of the gameplay all looks like something you would honestly see like now from like like lower budget games, I guess you could say. But that wasn't the reason that we brought it up pretty much. So they have the Legendary Edition, which the game is called Legendary Edition, but they have a collector's edition of the Legendary Edition. And it is a replica helmet, which is absolutely beautiful. You get to wear it, and it looks just like the helmet you have in all 3 of the games. It comes with a bunch of extra goodies. I think it's an art book, steel book, and then it comes with 2 other items. But it does not come with the game. It does not come with the game, which people are buying it.
The Legendary Edition, Collector's Edition, brings all the goodies and everything, but it does not include the game of Mass Effect.
Yeah.
So
I don't actually know if they released a price point, but I'm curious.
That is kind of crazy to me. So thinking about paying all that money, and then getting all the actual goodies and everything, which in a sense, don't get me wrong, it is pretty cool and whatnot. But not getting the game, at least not getting it, like at least give it to me even digital. Like I would actually just accept the digital, because I buy all my games digital anyway.
Yeah.
But it's kind of crazy to me that it actually brings all those things and everything for the collector's edition, and it doesn't include the game. So for an extra $50 on top of the collector's edition, then you can get the games, which is kind of crazy to me.
And the price was $50, but when you actually look it up, it says $60.
Okay.
The collector's edition is $150 without the game.
All right, beautiful. So technically $200.
Yeah.
200 and some change, so that way you can get everything.
And you get a pin, an acceptance letter, 2 prints, and a special design box, and of course the helmet.
And the helmet, yeah.
And a metal game case.
That's kind of crazy for $150 and no game. Wow. I mean, whatever. Why not just at least for an extra $20 or $30? Raise it up a little bit and then include the game, even digital. Like
$179 is a digital code, because honestly, we'll pop a photo in there. But the helmet's nice, and the helmet's fully LED, so that's amazing.
I mean, that is really nice, but not including the game, that's kind of like
that's kind of slapping the face.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
It's like, hey, can I get the collector's edition and then buy the game separately?
And then that's crazy. I mean, I shouldn't be one to talk, because I buy collector's edition and then I buy the game again on top of that. So I shouldn't be the one to talk. But
you get 2 copies of the game.
Exactly. I get 2 copies of the game. So I like my options of having the game at least physical, and then I can either sell it, get some money back, and then get the game digital. But it's kind of crazy to me. Why wouldn't they include it?
It's so backwards, and I'm super excited. The game comes out in May, and this is a game that I've been talking about for a while, because I know that they just pretty much through the smallest snippet of an actual game coming out, like them actually, hey, we're going back into Mass Effect, which is awesome because doing a Mass Effect on next gen is going to be like amazing. Like I can't imagine the things that they can do. They this company's gone through Anthem, they've gone through Andromeda, and they've gone through Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, which 1, 2, and 3 were also all very loved by a lot of people. Andromeda was the definition of a 50-50 game.
Yeah, it was
50% of the community hated it, 50% of the community loved it.
Mixed.
I loved it. I thought it was fun. That was actually, at the time, my most streamed game, which is funny because that's when I was playing Smite every day.
Okay.
Besides that, I mean, we're just hoping that like
exactly.
we see more new stuff coming out.
We'll see, because I think it is a good idea from them to bring Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 and as a remaster and whatnot. And then, of course, we got the announcement of another Mass Effect coming out at the Game Awards. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
It should be good for what it's gonna be, and then you get the chance of obviously playing all 3 of them again with the newer graphics, the newer frames, and all that. So we'll see.
Let's just hope that no other company does this stuff. Like please don't do this.
Yeah,
this is not something that anybody wants.
It shouldn't be a thing. I don't think the collector's edition should be like this. It should be at least give you the game either physical or digital. Because I remember, what game was it? I feel like it was Halo 5. The collector's edition, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it a digital copy in there? If I'm not mistaken. If I am not mistaken, I feel like Halo 5. It
might have been.
Halo 5, I think, was a digital copy in there, which was fine. I mean, the game was expensive as hell for the collector's edition. Yeah. It was like $250, if I'm not mistaken. But the statue was incredible. The buildable set in there was incredible.
Was that statue a lock? And
yeah,
that one's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then you have the buildable set in there, which was one of those little sets that you can build with little pliers and whatnot. The little ones that are metal. It was in there also. So there was a lot of stuff in that collector's edition, and it included the game, even digital. So yeah, we'll see.
I mean, you're paying. I mean, most of the statues are they're probably like $200.
Yeah, no, I agree. And especially with Mass Effect, the helmet, I feel like that
helmet's probably like $80 to $100
because of the LED lights and everything. You have to take all that into consideration. So I mean, of course,
it fits big old heads.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
They said extra large heads is what they said.
But we'll see what happens. Mass Effect Legendary Collection. Check it out. We'll post a link down below so you guys can see it.
Very beautiful.
But we'll see what happens, and we'll see what other companies do. But let's get into the bigger topics like video game movies. Look it up and everything now, because we do have a list to go through. This is just a random list that we found online, but we'll see, because there's a lot of video game movies out there. Do we agree with all the ratings? Do you guys like these sort of movies? Because video game movies have not been very well loved by the community as a whole, and not, it's kind of crazy because there have been really good movies and there have been really bad movies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's been kind of crazy because
it's not even divided. It's just kind of like
right. It's either good or bad. But there's a lot of movies. I recently went to watch the Monster Hunter movie, which, in a sense, I actually didn't mind it too much. It was kind of all over the place because it took place of all the Monster Hunter games in a sense.
That is very weird.
But I didn't mind it too much. It is what I took it for what it was. It was just a kind of like a random movie out there, but it wasn't too bad. Now we have this list here, which mentions 43 video game movies, and it has certain movies that I'm not gonna mention because I think they started more of what's it called?
I don't think a lot of people have even seen half of that list, to be honest.
And a lot of them started as a TV show, or a lot of them started as an anime, as a manga, stuff like that. Like, for example, Pokemon is on the list, and Pokemon started way back in the day as a manga. Then, of course, we got the games, we got the shows, all that stuff.
Then that kind of just popped off as time went on.
Right, exactly. But we have a lot of stuff, especially like video game movies. How do you feel about video game movies, Nick? What if you can pick one out of all the video game movies that have been out that you have seen? Which one would you say that stuck to you?
So when you say that, it's like it sucks because there's two movies that are like hard tied. Okay. That like anytime I think about a video game movie, it's always these two. It's Mortal Kombat and Doom.
Mortal Kombat and Doom.
And then
which Mortal Kombat? Would you say the first one or the second one?
The first one, I guess. Okay. Yeah, and then
I like the first one.
What's the other movie that I was just thinking about that just passed my head? Super Mario Brothers is somewhere in that mix, like as a cheesy movie to watch, because I watched it as a child, of course. And that movie was just, it was pretty much exactly what you got into. You were just watching it to watch it. It said Super Mario Brothers.
Exactly.
There's nothing special about the movie. It was just, ridiculous in every aspect of the word. Of course, they try to make it, you know, in I guess like a very New York type of situation, right. Like an urban Mario Brothers. So
that's what it was. But in that Mario, oh man, that Mario movie, I just don't know if I have anything nice to say about it because it was so cheesy.
I don't have anything nice to say.
It was kind of crazy. Yeah, that Mario movie. If you guys have seen it, you guys kind of understand what we're talking about. If you haven't, go watch it. Yeah. Give it a good glance because
you could probably rent it for like $2.
Probably, yeah, because it's a really old movie and it was pretty ridiculous overall.
That's ridiculous. Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 were ridiculous. Mortal Kombat 1 is fantastic. That gives you that like just classic song that's like forever stuck with the franchise that they throw into some of the stages on like MK10 or 11. You're gonna hear that song everywhere. They even put some of the designs for those characters in the movies into the newest game as well, which is nice.
Which is nice, really nice, yeah.
So that brings incentive to a lot of people.
Yeah, so I do like a lot of video game movies because a lot of the video game movies throughout the years have been really good in a sense. You know, like for example, I take Rampage. Rampage was with Dwayne Johnson, and I feel like that movie was really,
I want to watch
really
it again. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, I feel like it was really good because it actually tackled what Rampage as the game was. Obviously, 3 monsters destroying a city, and that's how you go by it. And then they incorporated that into a movie, which the idea was really cool, and I feel like they did a good job with it overall. And then, of course, one of my all-time favorite movie that just came out not too long ago was Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog was amazing. That movie was so good.
I saw half of the movie and I still loved it.
Yeah, so like for me, that movie brings a lot of controversy because remember when the first design of Sonic came out?
It was terrible.
It was just, man, it was
terrible.
Horrible. And then the community or the fans bullied this studio to redesign Sonic the Hedgehog, which they did, and look at the final product. Yeah, it was beautiful. It was amazing. The movie
came out like a year and some change later, and people loved it.
Good, it was so and then you have Jim Carrey in there to just support the movie as Dr. Eggman. It was amazing.
Being an absolute lad.
Yeah, it was really, really good. But you know, this list that we have here are actually the top movie rated of video game is actually Angry Birds, and Angry Birds got an animated movie. In that movie, let me tell you, I enjoyed it. I actually did like it. Okay. They came out with 2 of them, Angry Birds 1 and 2, and I actually did like them. I feel like they're very
cool, it just funny?
Cheesy. Yeah, they're pretty funny movies. It really doesn't have much to do with the game as a whole. Okay. Even though you still see obviously the birds that are in there. Yeah. Then you get the pigs. And then the storyline of it is pretty cheesy, but it's pretty cool. I mean, as a whole, I think it's pretty cool. But I do agree with Nick. I feel like Mortal Kombat, in my opinion, is actually one of the top movies for me. It was very well made. The cast was amazing
for its time too.
Yeah, exactly for the time that it actually came out. It came out in 1995. So I was only 4 years old, maybe. How old were you? 1.
What? 95?
95.
When did it come out?
I don't even know. It doesn't say a month.
I probably wasn't even born.
All right.
I'll be honest. I was born in 95. All right, there you go. I don't even think I was born when this came out.
All right. Well, so
I was a simple afterthought.
But funny enough that the movie even now still holds its weight.
It's amazing.
Like it's actually, if you watch it now, you put it on. I feel like it's still a really great movie.
Because I've had this habit for the past year now where like I love watching like 80s and 90s movies just to like
those are my favorite
enjoy them because they're just so fun to me, and like every time I've seen them, even as a kid, like I would still love them. Yeah. And I've never had a bad experience with any of them. Or my most watched movie of all time is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah,
because I have it on VHS.
Love that movie.
I used to watch that movie. I want to say 2 or 3 times a week, every single night, bro. Man, such a good movie.
Incredible movie. Like it does not like. The new Ninja Turtle movies do not compare to those.
Not even remotely.
Not even close.
It's like it's a whole different world. It's a whole different setting. Everything up like the actors.
They're so good. The actors, the suits are good. Everything was just so great for the time.
It's pure comedy, and that's why I love it. It's because like it was good. I'm thinking about it just talking with you right now. It's funny that like I have so much of the movie crammed into my brain just thinking about how funny and how ridiculous this movie is.
It's so ridiculous.
That's not, I wouldn't call it a video game movie, but I'd say it'd be in the same realm as one of those.
But it is very close. I mean, they did have the Ninja Turtles game back in the day on the SNES, which was really fun. Yeah. So, but another video game movie that, unfortunate to say that a lot of people did not enjoy, I enjoyed most of them, was the Resident Evil film series. So the Resident Evil overall, I feel like I enjoyed 1, 2, 3. I enjoyed seeing Nemesis. Alice, I feel, with Mila as the actress, I feel like she did amazing. And then you have a lot of characters coming into the storyline. I feel like that movie was good overall. So I mean, that I would put Resident Evil up there, Mortal Kombat, and of course Rampage, Sonic the Hedgehog as one of the better ones too.
Yeah. I would say that would be like the golden list right there.
Yeah.
Because I can't think of any other video game movies that are like, wow, that's
right.
We might be adding Mortal Kombat to the roster soon because that comes out. We might be adding
Mortal Kombat.
What, 2 months?
Yeah, I feel like April, right?
March or April? It's March or April.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
So a month or 2 months, and if it's as promising as like they keep talking about it and showing photos and stuff like that, then it might be amazing. So we'll see.
Yeah, and we have a lot of stuff coming, and especially like Uncharted with the Spider-Man kid. So that's gonna be really fun. So we'll see. Now the big question is, what video game you guys think should be made into a movie? I'll ask you the same question, Nick. What video game would you like to see as a movie? Like any video game that you think that it would make a good movie. What do you think? What would you put out there?
That's so tough. Let me just open up my Xbox real quick.
I'll put something out there because I mean, for video game as a whole, to be honest with you, they did. I don't even know if it is confirmed or not, but I feel like for me, The Last of Us would be the perfect one.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah.
I feel like The Last of Us.
Nail on the head right there.
I know I heard something about either a show or a movie being in the works. I don't know if that is actually accurate or not. I don't know if it's confirmed that it is happening or not because I haven't seen anything about it or a cast or something like that. So I feel like The Last of Us would be a perfect movie overall. So either The Last of Us, I mean, I have a lot of stuff behind me too, so I don't know. They did make a Tomb Raider movie, which wasn't too bad. It wasn't great either.
I forgot about that.
But,
that was the movie that was there.
But I don't know what else I have back here. But I feel like The Last of Us would be the perfect one because it's something that is actually doable, and it would actually bring it. You can cast amazing actors for it. That's number one. And I feel like it would be like a great film overall.
I feel like that would bring in a lot of people too, which is the best part about it.
I feel like it would be good.
I think probably just for the sake of a game being a movie, Gears of War.
Gears of War would be amazing.
Gears of War would be
really good. I mean, you have so many actors that could do it, especially a wrestler that they put into the game.
Yeah, Batista.
Dave Batista could definitely be Phoenix for that. So I feel like that would be really, really good for it.
That maybe Metal Gear Solid.
Bro, Metal Gear Solid.
That's something we've been hearing about over and
you're
over
right.
again.
We've had so many rumors of Metal Gear Solid being in the works and everything. We finally, we actually talked about it in one of our episodes that there's finally going to be something with Metal Gear. So that would be. I'm hoping that's gonna be.
We're still waiting.
Good. Yeah, exactly. Because we haven't heard anything about it other than they casted who Solid Snake is gonna be. So we'll see what happens.
I think besides that, I just passed it. One of my favorite 360 games of all time, Spec Ops.
Oh, Spec Ops.
That would be a good story to tell.
That would be wild.
Yeah, they would have to really go through the whole 9 yards for that though.
That would be really good. Spec Ops, I think, it would be really good. If you haven't seen our Let's Talk Gaming episode with Remington, we talk about Spec Ops there and we put a trailer. So I feel like Spec Ops would be really good.
Yeah, I feel like all of those games could be stand out if they were in the right hands with the right, care and love and stuff like that.
No, I definitely agree for that. We'll see what happens. I mean, we have a lot of stuff coming in with new video game movies coming out. So what do you guys feel like would make a good video game movie? But finally, to end it up, let's talk about, we'll give you a few tips on a few different TVs that would improve your gaming. And there's a lot of televisions out there that will support the new consoles because, of course, what you would need for the new consoles is HDMI 2.1, which is going to support your 4K gaming at 120 frames per second. On the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, you do need that extra support so that actually most of the actual games, like exclusives, first-party titles that are supporting that 4K at 120 frames, you do need that HDMI 2.1 to actually give you that extra push. Now, we actually pulled this list here from Artings.com, and we might or might not agree with it because, believe it or not, not to mention our line of work, but we do work with televisions, knowing about them and all that stuff. That's kind of what we do.
Yeah, the bottom two on that list of trash.
Yeah, so kind of like this is what we do, and we might not agree, and we know Artings can or cannot be reliable. So that's one of the things there with Artings.com.
Yeah.
But it is one of the more viewed sources out there because if you go to Google and type in TVs for gaming, that's probably the first website that is going to come.
Yeah, I'd say that or like just a YouTube video.
Or Consumer Reports. So like the Consumer Reports or Artings.com is going to be one of the main ones. Now, let's talk about, I'm actually going to go from the bottom up, because we have certain TVs that are going to be not so great. And do we agree? Do we not agree?
There's a TV I want to throw on that list too.
We'll see. But so Artings.com, it tells you pretty much all the specs and everything for the televisions, tells you all the size that the TV comes in, and gives you options obviously on different TVs that is going to give you certain specs, or will support everything or it will not support everything. So you can go from there. But the first TV at the bottom is the Hisense H8G. Now, Hisense. How do you feel about Hisense?
No bueno.
There you go.
No bueno.
I agree with Nick on this one.
Stay away.
I definitely do agree with Nick on this one.
Buy it for your bedroom for 32-inch and leave it at
Here's the thing with Hisense. Like, a lot of people like Hisense if you're going strictly by what the websites say.
Yeah.
If you go strictly by actually trying the TV, you might see where the issue is. Now, again, we work with TVs like this. We see them, so we actually can test them out and see what they can support and what they cannot support. The Hisense H8G, even though it's a great TV for mid-range class, I feel like with the other TVs that will support everything else, I feel like you can get something much better.
Worth it. Yeah, right. It's just not worth it. Like, you're paying probably around the same price for all of those, pretty much all of those sizes, or maybe like an inch smaller in case of the 50-inch, and you're getting a better TV.
Right, exactly. If you don't mind sacrificing maybe 5 inches or so on your television to get a better TV, or probably staying around the same but paying like maybe $100 more or so, you will get a better TV. The Hisense HAG is not my cup of tea. I will put this link down below so you guys can go through it yourselves. But yeah. Now, this one is considered the best budget 4K gaming TV. Now, 4K gaming TV, meaning that will support 4K, but it will not support your 2.1 and everything, even though it's a great TV, but it just doesn't have it built in. So it's the Vizio M Series Quantum. So Vizio as a whole, how would you feel about the Vizio M7?
So it's funny because if I'm not mistaken, I remember doing a little bit of research because at the time I already knew what TV I wanted to buy last year, and I ended up getting that same TV, which was the 950H, the 950G from Sony. H was this year, but I love that TV. It doesn't have 2.1, but it does 120 hertz. Yeah. So like I could just throw, like, let's say Sea of Thieves, which just got 120 hertz last week, throw it around there and play it, and it looks fantastic. So that's fun. But besides that, I know that they did an M8 this year, which I don't know what the M7's about. I don't know if that's like a typo or something like that.
No, I don't know. So,
but it's not bad, but it's super affordable. Like the price for the TV is fantastic. If like y'all are looking for just for a 4K TV that you want to play games on and stuff like that, and you just want something better, and you're not trying to break over like $400 or $500, that's probably the best TV to get.
I feel like for budget TV, the Vizio M7 Series Quantum, you're pretty much getting everything that you need to play 4K games. That would be a good compromise, especially for, you know, like Nick said, if you want to stay within budget. If you want to go with a cheaper alternative than the other higher end TVs, definitely the M7 Series Quantum from Vizio. It's definitely a better choice. Now, going up a little bit, you are getting the 4K Hdr Gaming with 120 hertz and everything, which now you're getting into another Vizio. It is the P Series Quantum. P Series is the model that follows the M Series, and the P Series will give you a much better panel. It's going to give you a better refresh. It's going to be a brighter TV overall with a better overall screen. So the P Series overall, would you consider that much better? Now considering the price point, now the P Series comes in a 65 and a 75 inch.
It's expensive.
If you guys are considering going into a bigger TV, 65 and 75, the P Series Quantum will come in.
Yeah.
Would you suggest the P Series for the price range that is at, right?
No.
Yeah, so I agree on that. Because the P Series, even though it's a great TV, don't get me wrong, the P Series Quantum from Vizio is a really great TV, and it gives you pretty much everything that is. I feel like for the price, you could get something much better.
Easily, because so there's a TV that's not on the list. I'll mention now, and then there's a TV above this TV. Yeah. So the TV I'm going to mention is in between them. It's a Nano 85 from LG. Yeah. And that TV comes in a 49, 55, 65, and I think it's 75.
75, yeah.
And that TV's fantastic. Like that TV's it actually got a firmware update, so it does 120. So that TV, if you're lucky, and I really do mean lucky, like keep an eye out for prices. You can probably get it for a 65 for like 100 to 200 less than this TV alone, and it's significantly better.
I feel like it is, yeah.
So it's like a no-brainer.
You're getting an IPS panel. That's the main thing. So you're getting greater viewing angles. You're getting great contrast on that TV, and then you're getting the nanoscale display of LG, which gives you a higher color spectrum. So I feel like it's a no-brainer there. Like,
even if you get it for full price, which granted, I think this TV is like $1,000.
I feel like it's not even that much of a difference.
Yeah.
Even then, I feel like it might be like 100 more, or even the same price most of the time.
I think the LG is like 200 or 300 cheaper.
Yeah.
So
really? Yeah.
last time I personally checked, it was around $899 or $1,000.
Yeah. So like, like look at that, and you're getting more range in sizes.
Yes.
That's important, because
if you want a small TV, you can get a small TV, and a small TV is I think $499.
I think $499.
So that's
so
amazing.
If you're looking for like a smaller TV, because obviously 65 and 75 is a lot of TV to pull through. I game on a 65, but
we're looking at
yeah. So but a lot of people do like to game on smaller TVs, obviously considering like monitors and all that stuff. But the Nano 85, like Nick mentioned, does come in a 49-inch. So I feel like that would be a perfect choice.
Perfect, yeah.
Perfect choice. So Nano 85, I feel like it's a much better choice. Now, there's two TVs here that are mentioned, which are very similar in specs.
Wait, let me see that one right there.
So it is the Q80.
I thought that said 60.
So no, please no. So there's two TVs here that are mentioned, and they're very similar. One is a cheaper alternative than the other one, and certain ones will be brighter than other ones, which is one from Samsung, one from Sony. And these are the top 3 TVs that we're going into now. So this is number 2 and 3, which I would consider pretty much on par.
Kind of like a tie.
Yeah. So like we have the Samsung Q80. So it's the Samsung QLED, and then the Sony 900H. So the Samsung Q80 and the 900H. How would you feel about those two? It's a lot to say.
This is tough. This is tough because I've recently had more experience with the Q80, like personally,
right?
Like just testing it and stuff like that. I love the 900H.
Yeah.
I think that was probably like my most wanted. If I could have bought a TV this year, that's probably the TV I would have bought. But then I saw that the price difference between the Q80T and the 900H was like $100. So I was like, that's tough, because the Q80's it's got the anti-glare panel, which is just nice for contrast. So like if you're just playing stuff, it just looks good. It just looks good, period. 120 hertz, and then I think it has is that the Samsung TV with AMD or something like that in it? Is it FreeSync or something? I know that the top pick has it. But there's a Samsung TV that has a feature that you could technically use to make it like a monitor.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if the Samsung one has it.
I don't know.
At least I haven't heard about it.
I've seen it in an ad. So I know they broadcast it out there. I don't know what the word is for it, but basically it has something that only one of the TV has, which is on this list, ironically. And it's basically, if you're just going for that one thing, but you don't want to spend the price of the other TV, then this is the go-to for you.
Okay.
But they're both fantastic, and I mean, again, I love them both. I think that out of my experience, I have 2 Sony TVs in my house. I have the 900E and I have the 950G, and I love them both. I haven't had any bad experience with them. Obviously, you could tell one's brighter than the other, but that's pretty much it.
It's the same thing with me. So like for me, I do like the Q80T. I feel, to be honest with you, in my opinion, the Q80T was the best TV that Samsung came out with for 2020.
Easily.
It pretty much gave you everything, even everything that the Q90 supports and whatnot, but obviously a fraction of the cost. And I feel like the Q80, it's the way to go if you're going with a Samsung TV. That's definitely it. Comes in a 50-inch and above, so that is definitely the way to go. Now
it's cheap for 50 and 55.
Yeah,
it's
it definitely is. But going from there, I do, like Nick, I own Sony TVs. So I have the 930D from 2016, and I have the 900 or I'm sorry, 900G. I don't even know.
It's E or F.
It's F? Alright, so it's F. Yeah, you're right. I have the 900F from 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because I got my TV before you.
Yeah. So that one, and they're both great TVs. But the 900H, I feel like it's the most recommended TV for gamers if you want something that supports everything with a great TV and a good black uniformity for the screen and everything. I feel like the 900H is definitely the way to go. It is a cheaper alternative than the Q80, so it is definitely the way to go if you want to save some money. But the Q80 definitely supports everything too. They're both gonna be good for like your HDR content. They're both gonna be good for 4K at 120
they're both gorgeous
frames.
Yeah.
So they're both great TVs. I mean, no matter which one you go with, they're both gonna support it. If you like your brighter screen, I would say go with the Samsung. If you like your better black uniformity and everything for that, then I would say go with the 900. They both support great content. They both support everything that you need it. So I mean, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Samsung is kind of, I guess, geared more towards Xbox because of their like
game
mode gimmick.
They are.
So that's take that with a grain of salt. I don't see many people really talk about that, but it is what it is.
But now, if you want the best television,
yes,
and we're talking about like the best TV for gaming, movies, for contrast,
this does it all.
Pretty much everything that you needed to do. The best TV on the list, and the best TV that we actually think is the best one, is actually the LG C10 or CX OLED. So how do you feel about the C10?
Yes. What a beast.
It's a great
what a good
TV.
TV, bro.
Yeah.
Like every time I look at it, I'm like, man, this TV is amazing. And what's cool is that like I see people that just buy the TV just because they're like, oh, it's nice.
Yeah.
Or it's just pretty. Oh, it does this. It does FreeSync. 120 hertz once again. And pretty much anything that you imagine any of these other TVs do. It does it in like in spades. So this TV is pretty much what all of these other TVs are combined, but like infinitely better in display.
Not only that, but to mention that the CX actually comes the only OLED that comes in a 48 inch.
Yeah, forgot about that.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for like the best TV, money's not a problem at all, and you want a smaller TV for gaming, then the CX on a 48 inch, I feel like incredible.
I think the 48 is a 100 to 200 more than a Q80 and a 55, which is crazy because think about it again. Yes, you're losing like I guess 6 or 7 inches.
You're losing some size.
You're getting an OLED, and you're getting the technically or just overwhelmingly speaking, what everyone says is the best TV as of like 2020.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, obviously, not to take into consideration, obviously the LG does have models above the CX.
Yeah.
But
we don't talk about those.
The CX, in my opinion, supports everything that those do, and it does it really well.
Yeah.
So I feel like it does it in a good way. Also, it will support you pretty much everything for like streaming. Like obviously it's a smart TV with all the streaming media that it does, and it gives you the 4K with HDR, and it supports Dolby Vision, which is amazing. So the CX is definitely the top pick for the televisions.
Everything you see about it is true.
Yeah, definitely. I will leave a link down below, so you guys, if you guys are planning on buying a new television for the new consoles, for the Xbox Series or the PlayStation 5, I will leave a link down below so you guys can see it. Take this, with consideration, because there's a lot of TVs out there still that we are not gonna mention, and obviously we have the 2021 models that have just been announced not too long ago. They will be coming out later on in the year, so that's another list that we should do later on. But once
those TVs are hit like retail,
exactly. Once we see them, once we start testing them out, then we'll talk more about it and whatnot. But that's pretty much it. That brings it to the end of our video today. Thank you so much for watching, guys.
Yes.
Just keep in mind everything that we told you guys about the televisions, and let us know down in the comments if you guys want to see more about these lists and whatnot. And we have a lot of more content coming on later on, but for now,
yes, always nice chunky episode. Love to see it. But if y'all have any questions, y'all want to talk about anything, if y'all ever want to see anything again from us in particular, always check the socials, always check the comment section if you guys want to chat about any new games that you may be playing, new video game stuff that you may see, any news that you may feel like is something that we should even talk about sometime. Just feel free to let us know. But until then, take care. Y'all be safe. Pass the joystick, y'all.
See you later, guys.